Oh boy. Opeth. My second favourite band of all time. I am Razalcon, and this is in cauda venenum. I first listened to Opeth in early 2017 when I heard of their connection to Porcupine Tree. They are the band that got me into the death growl, and, at least this year, the band I've listened to more than any other. However, almost none of the music I've been listening to was made in the last 10 years. There's not a single song on any of Opeth's last 3 albums that I love, meaning that before Heart in Hand was released, I was not all that hyped for the album. But the 2 singles piqued my interest, and, well, now I'm seeing Opeth on the 28th. But that's enough rambling, let's get into the songs. The album starts off with Garden of Earthly Delights, which I like to describe as a bit of a Tool interlude. It's the thing that's closest to it, in my opinion. Its job is to set a mood, which it does very well. Generally, a short intro to an album is a good thing. While I won't be listening to it outside the context of the album, it is an important piece for the album's atmosphere and really gives that loss of innocence vibe that the whole album's going for a bit more shape. But still, it's really just set up for dignity. The first real song on the album. Dignity punches hard and fast, then switches it up and gets really, really creepy. This is one of the most disturbing songs Opeth have to offer. An impressive feat for the band that gave us the likes of the Leper Affinity. As I don't speak Swedish, I'm only going to be reviewing the English version of the album. But I do want to say this is the only song on the album that I enjoyed less in Swedish. It's not much worse, I don't think, but it's enough that I noticed it, and now I can't unnotice. Song number 2 is the first single released, Heart in Hand. This is what progressive metal should sound like, as far as I'm concerned. Fast, complicated, and meaningful. When I first heard it, I thought it wouldn't be out of place on To the Bone by Steven Wilson. Or maybe more accurately, that this is what To the Bone needed to make it a truly great album. Well, the whole song is good, it's the last 3 minutes that truly capture the imagination of the listener. These are the best 3 minutes on the album, and I can say with confidence that I will think that for a long time to come. The emotion put into these 3 minutes is just brilliant. This is Mike at his absolute best. The emotion pouring out of this section is unreal, and it damn near makes you cry. It really is that good. On to track 4, Next of Kin. And the first thing that came to mind when I heard that name was, that's a line from a song, isn't it? The song in question is White Cluster. It's off Still Life, and there is a thematic tie-in between this and Next of Kin. Whereas White Cluster is about Still Life's protagonist getting hanged and relishing the opportunity to finally die, Next of Kin is about how final death actually is, and lamenting about life's meaninglessness in comparison. Overall, the song is very dramatic in the extreme, and I think it's going to be a bit of a polarizing song with people. People are going to love this or they're going to hate it, I think. Personally, I sat on the love side, but I understand why you might not like this song. Moving on to song number 5, Lovelorn Crime. The Steven Wilson is strong with this one. Song of Unborn oozes from it like honey. As a massive Wilson fanboy, I'm very much biased in favour of this song, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong when I say this is the best thing Opeth have made in over a decade. I can't describe how this makes me feel other than this is what my dream band sounds like. The band hasn't been this in sync since Watershed, which is the closest album to In Cauda Venenum in both quality and sound texture, at least in my opinion. This song is a triumph of Opeth's mastery of sound and it does make me very excited for the next Steven Wilson album to see what he can do to one-up it. Song 6 is Charlatan, the most metal song on the album, and the song that I have the most mixed feelings about. I don't know how I feel about the keyboard at all. At the moment I'm enjoying it, but every listen alternates between okay and irritating, and I'm not sure which side of the fence I fall on. What I do know I love very much about this song is the ending. The use of voices in this album really accentuates that loss of innocence theme again, to a very poignant effect. This could have been the ending song of the album, but we're still a way away from that, and there is a reason it's not. For now, on to Universal Truth. And as of recording this is my least favourite song on the album. I feel like I need just a few more listens though before I get it. I mean, it has all the makings of my ideal song. Constant shifts between calm and chaos, with a big helping of strings near perfect length and a heavy layer of melancholy. Count me in. But formula's not everything, and something is not quite right here. The song's still good, don't get me wrong, but at least compared to the rest of the album, I find it somewhat lacking. What isn't lacking is the garrote. Tell me, do you like Opeth? Well, this doesn't sound like Opeth. This doesn't sound like anything that any of Opeth's band members have been involved with ever. This is a jazz song. Not influenced by jazz, this is jazz, and I love it. It's something very special, and it gives me hope for a future where Opeth makes more weird, creepy shit like this. Darkness in music is an art form that Mike has studied at some point, I'm sure. The garrote is a perfect blend of class and sinistria. Is that a word? And anyway, more of this please, Mike. Now, for the penultimate song, Continuum. More weirdness here, and this time it's the drums taking centre stage. Axe is the kind of drummer who will spend half an album just playing his role, almost being unnoticeable. Just quality. And then taking one song by the Swedish Meatballs and coming up with something truly mad. In doing so, changing the lives of several drummers forever. But the way he does it here is a bit different and just so tasteful. It's not the kind of chaotic stuff that he's used to doing, and it's a real step up, I think. The rest of the band did good as well, I guess. Now, song number 10. The final one. All Things Will Pass. Fuck, this song's snare sounds so fucking good. I swear I'm such a sucker for a good snare echo, but there is a shit ton of that here. I'm also a sucker for a strong sense of finality, and there's a shit ton of that too. The chills this song gives are like downing an entire slush puppy in 5 seconds, then performing a pole vault. Except not as unpleasant. And you don't get a slush puppy. Actually, it's not much like downing a slush puppy in 5 seconds and then performing a pole vault, now that I think about it. Well, I'm too tired to come up with something better, so this will have to do. In summary, this might just be Opeth's most epic album. It's certainly their most interesting in years, and after more listens than I can count, I'm still excited to start again when I reach the end. The next album I review needs to smell so bad I can make sushi out of it, or people are going to start getting the impression that I'm not a ludicrously harsh critic. Although that review's going to most likely be on Elbow or Alcest, so my thirst may take a while to be quenched. Regardless, thank you so much for listening to me instead of just listening to the album. Feedback is welcome as always, and I will see you later. Goodbye.